Yes. Good morning. In our previous classes, we were discussing about the chapter gravitation, where I have taught you what is meant by gravitation, what is meant by gravitational force, and also I have told you about a law that governs gravitational force. We have discussed about universal law of gravitation, Newton's universal law of gravitation. According to universal law of gravitation, the force of attraction between any two masses, the force of attraction between any two masses is directly proportional to product of masses of two bodies and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. According to this universal law of gravitation, I have told you every body in this universe attracts every other body with a force which is directly proportional to product of masses of two bodies and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. Suppose if these are the two bodies of masses m1 and m2, and if these two bodies are separated by distance r, then there will be a gravitational force between these two masses. I have told you the force of attraction between any two masses is called as gravitational force. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಎರಡು masses ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇರೋ attraction force ನ gravitation force ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. And gravitational force is found to be directly proportional to product of masses of two bodies. Gravitational force does not depend upon mass of first body alone, does not depend upon mass of second body alone. Instead, gravitational force is found to be directly proportional to product of masses of two bodies and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. If these two masses are separated by distance r, then gravitational force is inversely proportional to r square. F is equals to, the proportionality constant is g m1 m2 divided by r square. m1 m2 divided by r square, where g is proportionality constant called as universal gravitational constant. G is called as universal gravitational constant and its value is 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. This is the SI unit of universal gravitational constant. So this is all regarding universal law of gravitation. I hope I was clear up to this point. Universal law of gravitation clear ada? Am I clear with universal law of gravitation? Idrage another doubt ada? Okay. So with this understanding of Newton's universal law of gravitation, we'll try to define universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitational constant is to be defined. We'll write definition of universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitational constant. ಈ G ನ define ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, capital G. Universal gravitational constant is nothing but capital G. This is to be defined. In order to define this universal gravitational constant, we will consider the gravitational force between two masses. We know that gravitational force between any two masses is F is equals to G m1 m2 divided by r square. This is the gravitational force between any two masses m1 and m2. If these are the two masses m1 and m2, and if these two masses are separated by distance r, then the gravitational force between them is F is equals to G m1 m2 divided by r square. If m1 is equals to m2 is equals to 1 kg. Suppose the masses which we have considered are 1 kg each. M1 is 1 kg, M2 is also 1 kg. And let us suppose these two masses are separated by distance r equal to 1 meter. ಈ ಎರಡು masses ಮಧ್ಯ ಇರೋ distance ನ 1 meter ಅಂತ ತಗೋಣ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ what happens to equation number 1 then? Then equation 1 becomes, see what I have done is I have considered two bodies of masses m1 and m2. They are separated by distance r. I have given the values for m1 and m2. m1 is equal to m2 is equals to 1 kg. That means each body or each body is of mass 1 kg and the distance of separation between the two masses is 1 meter. Then equation 1 becomes F is equals to G into m1 is 1 kg, m2 is 1 kg divided by r square. R is 1, that is squared. So this implies F is equals to G. F is equals to G. Hagadre, now you have to define G. G na ಏನಂತ define ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? What is G equal to? What is G equal to from this equation? What is G equal to from this equation star? What is G equal to? Very good. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಆ G ನ define ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. We need to define this G. We need to define this G. Thus, I can define G in this manner. Thus, universal gravitational constant. Thus, universal gravitational constant is numerically equal to, thus universal gravitational constant is numerically equal to force of attraction between, is numerically equal to force of attraction between two masses 1 kg each. Nodri, universal gravitational constant is numerically equal to force of attraction between two masses 1 kg each, separated by a distance of 1 meter. This is the definition of universal gravitational constant. So if you are asked to define universal gravitational constant, you need to define universal gravitational constant in this way. This is the definition of universal gravitational constant. So universal gravitational constant is numerically equal to force of attraction between two bodies of masses 1 kg each, separated by distance of 1 meter. Right? Can you now tell me what will be the numerical value of force between these two masses separated by distance of 1 meter? ಈ ಎರಡು masses ಮಧ್ಯ numerical value of force ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? Masses are 1 kg each and the distance between two masses is 1 meter. Can you tell the numerical value of force between two masses? Can you tell the numerical value of force between two masses? Numerical value of force between two masses. Yes. See the numerical value of force between two masses. ಈ ಎರಡು masses ಮಧ್ಯ force ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the numerical value of force between these two masses will be 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11 Newton. This will be the force between these two masses, which is numerically equal to, nodri, this force has numerical value 6.67 in 10 to the power of minus 11, which is equal to the value of universal gravitational constant, isn't it? ಈ ಎರಡು ಬಾಡಿ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಏನು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ, that is numerically equal to universal gravitational constant. So we have defined universal gravitational constant as numerically equal to force of attraction between two masses 1 kg each, separated by distance of 1 meter. So this is the definition of universal gravitational constant. So if you are asked to define universal gravitational constant, you need to define this way. In order to define universal gravitational constant, you need to write the formula for gravitational force between any two masses. We know that gravitational force between any two masses is given by F is equals to G m1 into m2 divided by r square. Take m1 and m2 to be equal to 1 kg and let r be equal to 1 meter. m1 1 kg togondri, m2 1 kg togondri, and r is 1 meter. Now, if m1 is equal to m2 is equals to 1 kg ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಎರಡು ಬಾಡಿದು ಮಾಸ್ ನ 1 kg ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. And let us suppose both the bodies are separated by distance of 1 meter. The distance of separation between two masses is 1 meter. Then if you substitute 1 kg and 1 meter in the above equation, you will see that universal gravitational constant becomes equal to, numerically becomes equal to the force of attraction between these two masses. So we have defined universal gravitational constant as numerically equal to force of attraction between two masses 1 kg each, separated by distance of 1 meter. Right? This is the definition of universal gravitational constant. Am I clear with this point? Definition of universal gravitational constant is clear. Is the definition of universal gravitational clear? So, after all understanding universal gravitational constant, we'll try to solve some problems on universal law of gravitation. See, here there is a problem. Let's go through this problem. Calculate force exerted by Earth on Moon. You have to calculate force exerted by the Earth on Moon. We know that Moon revolves around the Earth. Moon revolves around the Earth, and for Moon to revolve around the Earth, the necessary centripetal force is provided by the gravitational force between Moon and the Earth. We'll discuss about this when we come across satellites concept of it. There we'll discuss about it. Anyhow, here you are asked to calculate force exerted by Earth on the Moon. Can you tell me what will be the nature of force between Earth and the Moon? See, Earth is a mass and Moon is a mass again. Mass of Earth is given as 6 into 10 to the power of 24 kg and mass of Moon is given as 7.4 into 10 to the power of 22 kg. And the distance of Moon from the Earth is given as 3.84 into 10 to the power of 5 kilometers. 3.84 into 10 to the power of 5 kilometers. Distance of Moon from the Earth is 3.84 into 10 to the power of 5 kilometer. Now, can you tell me the nature of force between Earth and the Moon? Earth matte Moon madhya yav reeti force irtade? Earth is a mass of Earth is 6 into 10 to the power of 24 kg. Moon is a mass mass of Moon is given as 7.4 into 10 to the power of 22 kg. Distance of Moon from Earth is 3.84 into 10 to the power of 5 kilometer. Very good. There will be gravitational force between them. You have to calculate what is the gravitational force that is present between Earth and the Moon. So, to solve this problem, we'll write the data first. In data kotar nodri. So, in the data, we are given what is mass of the Earth. We'll write mass of the Earth as ME. Mass of the Earth is 6 into 10 to the power of 24 kg. This is mass of the Earth given. Mass of Moon is given as 7.4 into 10 to the power of 22 kg. This is mass of the Moon. Also, we are given what is the distance of Moon from the Earth. Distance of Moon from the Earth is 3.84 into 10 to the power of 5 kilometer. See, kilometer is not the SI unit of distance. SI unit of distance is meter. So kilometer na meter na express ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. This becomes 3.84 into 10 to the power of 5 into kilo is nothing but 10 to the power of 3 meter. See, distance r is written as 3.84 into 10 power 5. 3.84 into 10 power 5 as it is ಹಾಗೆ ಬರೆದು ಈ ಕಿಲೋ ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ 10 power 3 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದೀನಿ. This becomes 3.84 into 10 power 5 into 10 power 3 is 10 to the power of 8 meters. So this is the distance between moon and the earth. If this is the earth and if this is the moon, the distance between earth and the moon is given as 3.84 into 10 to the power of 8 meters, right? So we can calculate the force of attraction between earth and the moon. We need to calculate force exerted by earth on the moon. So in order to calculate force exerted by earth on the moon, we know that F is equals to G. M1 is nothing but mass of the earth. M2 is nothing but mass of the moon divided by r square. See, the gravitational force between any two masses is G M1. F is equals to G M1 M2 divided by r square. M1 place nag nanu mass of earth bardini. M2 place olage I have written mass of the moon divided by r square. So F is equals to G value is known to us 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11. Mass of earth is 6 into 10 to the power of 24 kgs. Mass of moon is 7.4 into 10 to the power of 22 kg divided by our distance between earth and moon is 3.84 into 10 to the power of 8 meters. This is to be squared. And if you calculate this, it will come out to be about 20.2 into 10 to the power of 19 Newton. This is the gravitational force between earth and the moon. So I have substituted the value of G, I have substituted mass of earth, I have substituted mass of moon, I have substituted the value of r. See, r calculation correct ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. r ನಮಗೆ ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರೆ. 1 kilometer is nothing but 10 to the power of 3 meter. Kilo andre 10 to the power of 3. So 3.84 into 10 to the power of 5 as it is ಬರ್ದು ಈ ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಇರಲಿ ಕಿಲೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 10 to the power of 3 meter ಬರ್ದೀನಿ. 10 power 5 into 10 power 3 becomes 10 power 8 meters. So the gravitational force between earth and the moon is about 20.2 into 10 to the power of 19 Newton. This is the gravitational force between earth and the moon. Is this problem clear? This kind of problems can be expected. Correct ಆಗಿ simplify ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. It comes out to be 20.2. Decimal nage there may be some changes. Decimal nage, but ಈ 20 ಅಂತೂ ಬರಬೇಕು. 20 into 10 to the power of 19 ಬರಬೇಕು. Do the calculation properly. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 10 power 8 ಅದಲ್ಲ, 10 power 8 whole square will be 10 to the power of 16. 10 power 8 whole square will be 10 to the power of 16, right? So do that calculation properly and the result will come out to be 20.2 10 to the power of 19. Idadmele I have given you some two problems here. You need to solve these two problems. Eradu problem avilli. First problem nodri. Go through first problem. I'll just give you the hint. You need to solve it. A sphere of mass 20 kg is attracted by another sphere of mass 10 kg when their centers are 20 centimeter apart with a force of 3.3 into 10 to the power of minus 7 Newton. Calculate the value of G. You need to calculate the value of G. See, in the data you are given m1 is 20 kg, mass of a sphere is 20 kg. This is m1. You are also given what is m2. The second mass is 10 kg. Second mass is 10 kg. You are also given the distance of separation between them. Distance of separation between two spheres is 20 centimeter. That should be written as 20 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. See, 1 centimeter is equals to 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. R is given. Also, you are given what is the force with which they are attracted towards each other. Averder madhyara gravitational force kottbittare. The force between them is 3.3 into 10 to the power of minus 7 Newton. You need to calculate the value of G. Universal gravitational constant is to be calculated. So in order to solve this, you again make use of universal law of gravitation. F is equals to G m1 into m2 divided by r square. This implies G is equals to, we want the value of G. G is equals to F into r square divided by m1 into m2. F r square ikkada cross multiply agtade. M1 m2 will come down to the denominator. F value is given as 3.3 in 10 power minus 7. R is 20 into 10 power minus 2 whole square. It becomes 400 into 10 power minus 4. 10 to the power of minus 2 whole square is 10 power minus 4. Illi generally mistake aagtade. See, that doesn't happen. Adadmele m1 is 20 kg, m2 is 10 kg. F is 3.3 in 10 power minus 7 Newton. Substitute madri, your answer should be 6.6 into 10 to the power of minus 11. See, force is measured in Newton, distance is measured in meter, or square in the meter square. Mass is measured in kg. This mass is also measured in kg. Kg into kg is kg square. When goes numerator becomes per kg square. So the SI unit of universal gravitational constant is Newton meter square per kg square. Will you solve this? Substitute ಮಾಡಿ solve ಮಾಡಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. Just need to substitute. Substitute ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. Calculations on ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ correct ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. Please have calculator with you. Numerical solve ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ you can make use of calculators as far as board examinations are concerned. Case set neat ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ it's a different thing. I have taught you how to make approximations in the classroom. So approximation ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಬಹುದು. Theory ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ please make use of the calculator. Do the calculations properly. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಈ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮರ್ತು ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ. 20 into 10 power minus 2 whole square ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. It becomes 400 into 10 power minus 4. Please do the calculations properly. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ, you just solve your solved paper. I'll make a correction. Another problem bantu antandre I'll make correction, right? So do that. Next problem nodri, go through the next problem. A sphere of 20 kg is attracted by mass of 50 kg. A sphere of 20 kg is attracted by a mass of 50 kg with a force equal to 9.8 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Newton. If G is 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11 Newton meters per kg square, calculate the distance between them. You have to calculate distance between the two spheres. Nodri, you are given m1 is 20 kg. Data first ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ. m2 is 50 kg. If you have written the data properly, solving problem becomes simple. M2 is 50 kg. They are attracted by force equal to 9.8 in 10 power minus 5 Newton. The force of attraction between these two masses is 9.8 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Newton. And the value of G is given as 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11. You need to calculate the distance between the two masses. ಎರಡು masses ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇರೋ distance calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Distance between two masses m1 and m2 will be generally represented by r. So the value of r is to be calculated. So in order to solve this problem, again you have to make use of universal law of gravitation. We know that gravitational force between any two masses is G, F is equals to G m1 into m2 divided by r square. This implies you have to calculate the value of r. This implies R square is equals to G m1 m2 divided by F. R square ಗೆ ಏನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. R ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ you have to take the square root of that value. Have to take the square root of that value. G value substitute ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, m1 substitute ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, m2 substitute ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, F substitute ಮಾಡಿ. ಬಂದಿದ್ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಗೆ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ತೆಗಿರಿ and it must be equal to 2.6 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. 2.6 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ನ? Will you solve this? 2.6 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. 10 power minus 3. Yes. So ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಾದಾಗ see that inside the square root you have even power for the 10. 10 ಗೆ ಪವರ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ even ಇರಬೇಕು, right? 10 power minus 6, 10 power minus 8 ಹೀಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. Square root of 10 power minus 6 will be 10 power minus 3. Square root of 10 power minus 8 is 10 power minus 4. Square root of 10 to the power of minus 10 is 10 power minus 5. So square root ಒಳಗೆ ಏನ್ 10 ಗೆ ಪವರ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ even ಇರಂಗ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಇರ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ಸೊ ಪವರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ even ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ಆಡ್ ಪವರ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ 10 to the power of minus 7 ಬಂತು ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Taking square root of this becomes difficult. So ಈ ರೀತಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ. See that you get even power inside, even power of 10 inside square, right? So this is all regarding numericals on universal law of gravitation. Numericals on universal law of gravitation. So try solving this. Idadmele we'll now try to understand some of the important characteristics of gravitational force. See, I have told you gravitational force is the force of attraction between any two masses. Gravitational force, it is the force of attraction between any two masses in the universe. ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಿರೋ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎರಡು ಮಾಸಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯ ಇರೋ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ನ ನಾವು ಗ್ರಾವಿಟೇಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟೇಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಎನಿ ಟೂ ಮಾಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸ್. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟೇಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ is a central force. Gravitational force is a central force. We have to understand what is the meaning of this central force. Central force antandre enu gottagಬೇಕು. Gravitational force is a central force. See, what is meant by central force antandre, it is a force that acts along line joining centers of two masses. See, here I have two bodies of masses m1 and m2. We know the nature of force between these two bodies. We know that between two bodies, the force that acts is the gravitational force. Do you think gravitational force acts in this direction? Hige act agtadalla gravitational force. Athwa m2 gets attracted to m1 in this manner. Correct alla? m2 gets attracted to m1 in this manner, or m1 gets attracted to m2 in this manner. Correct alla? The direction in which the bodies attract each other are shown. No. Hagadre, how do they behave? Averadu hag act agtave? How do the force of attraction between two masses act? That must be understood. See, the force of attraction between two masses act along line joining centers of the two masses. Observe. If these are the bodies of masses m1 and m2, we know that between these two bodies there will be gravitational force, and this gravitational force acts along line joining centers of two masses. See, this is a line that is joining centers of two masses. C1 is the center of body of mass m1, C2 is the center of body of mass m2. This is a line that joins centers of two bodies. Gravitational force hage act ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ gravitational force always acts along line joining centers of two masses. m1 will attract m2 in this direction by exerting gravitational force. See the direction of the force. The force is acting along the line that is joining centers of two masses. m1 attracts m2. Similarly, m2 will also attract m1. And look at the direction in which the force is acting. Force hage act ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. Force is acting along line joining centers of two masses. Such a force is called as central force. So what is central force andre? A force that acts along line joining centers of two masses. A force that acts along line joining centers of two masses is called a central force. Suppose this is the surface of the earth and this is the center of the earth. You are standing on the surface of the earth. Holding a ball in your hand. Let us suppose you drop this ball. When you drop the ball, do you think the ball will follow a path like this and reach the center of the earth? Does the ball follow a path like this? ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ ball. Look at the path. Look at the direction in which the ball experiences the force. ಹೀಗೆ act ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ force. No, instead the gravitational force is observed to act along line joining centers of two masses. The bodies that are the masses that are involved here are earth and the ball. These are the two masses here. The gravitational force acts along line joining centers of ball and the earth. This is center of the earth. This is the center of the ball. This is the line that joins center of ball and center of the earth. So gravitational force must act along line joining center of the ball and the center of the earth. So the ball will now experience force in this direction. What is such a force that acts along line joining centers of two masses called as? Idanna enta force anta karibeku. What is this kind of a force called as antandre? This kind of a force is called as central force. So gravitational force is a central force. It always acts along line joining centers of two masses. I hope the idea of central force is clear. What is meant by central force? ಎರಡು ರೀತಿ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅವೆ, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್, ನಾನ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ನಾನ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ನಾಗ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ನಾನ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ನಾನ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. There we'll discuss about it. Anyhow, am I clear with the idea of central force? Okay. So this is one characteristic of gravitational force. After all understanding the second characteristic of gravitational force, you must also remember gravitational force is always attractive in nature. See, when we speak about forces, a force may be attractive or the force may be repulsive. Force attractive ಆದ್ರೂ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ force repulsive ಆದ್ರೂ ಇರಬಹುದು. But gravitational force is observed to be always attractive in nature. Gravitational force is always attractive in nature. If a ball or if any object is thrown vertically upward, we see that it falls back to the earth, indicating that gravitational force is always attractive. Have you ever seen gravitational force being repulsive? Gravitational force ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ repulsive ಇರೋದು ನೋಡಿರಾ? ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರೂ ಎರಡು masses ಮಧ್ಯ force masses ಮಧ್ಯ, I am specifying